Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we are going to talk about fresh release from ICM. It's a kit in 135 scale and it copies G7117 US military truck in 135 scale, and we have a commercial sample here, so it will be interesting to see what is actually included in this version of the US military truck. You can see that kit number is 35597 and it should be already available, so if you don't want to wait you can get it, for example, in Modelimax, and it would be a good choice in my opinion. But let's take a look at all the parts. So first of all, packaging is typical. Here you can see comparison in my hand. Then here we have some short history note and information about the kit, and we have 285 parts and length will be 167 millimeters, so it's quite, I would say, small kit, even though it's a 135 scale truck. And on the opposite side you'll find several marking options. As far as you can see, there are 4 of them, so it will be interesting to copy them, but of course we will see them further in the video when we will be checking the marking guide for this kit. So just give me a second to open the box, because as usual it is sealed with tape, so that's why I need to cut through. And now it's not as easy as it was before. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it was glued too tight. But again, a small reminder that if these stickers are removed, it means somebody opened the box before you, and it means it's a good opportunity to ask seller a question why it was removed before you and why it was opened. So the box structure is typical for this brand. Here you can see this flexible top section, and then on the bottom we have, or under it, we have white cardboard box, which should actually protect all the parts. And here is what we have inside. So as you can see, all sprues are packed into the same plastic bag. So I'm going to take them out and we will take a closer look together. So just give me a second. I will open everything and take out this plastic bag. Okay, so we are going to start with these 2 plastic frames. They are dedicated to the same parts. As you can see, these are plastic wheels and also some parts for the rear bed. So let's zoom in a bit, and now you can see that we have really nice wheels. As you can see, we have tires separated into 2 halves, but it won't be a difficult thing to assemble together. And of course, plastic parts should be easier to paint and weather, so definitely that's a good thing. And here you can check all this stuff in a bit more detailed way. And as I said, plastic parts is something I prefer over vinyl tires, so definitely it's a good thing. And as you can see, wheel rims will be actually, let's say, easy to paint without any masks, because you have them molded separately without tires, and basically you can paint the tire half as well separately and then just attach to this wheel. Next we continue with the tarp, which will be placed on the rear section, and as you can see it looks quite fine. I would say it's quite convincing surface details. The only thing which you have to be careful about is how to join all these panels together so that you get a smooth connection. Maybe it will require some sanding and filling, who knows, but as you can see it's more or less convincing surface details, and I really like what ICM did here. And for, let's say, hardcore modelers, they can use the supplied frames. They were on the previous sprue, I can remind you by showing it. So here they are, so you can combine them with your own tarpaulin. It will be even more tricky, but maybe you'll be able to replicate some interesting assembly options with it. Next we continue with some parts for the drivetrain and engine. As you can see, it is nicely detailed power plant, if we can say so, and I think it will be easy to work with these parts. As you remember, parts count is not crazy, so that's why all the parts will go into the right place without help of assembly manual, because it should be quite understandable. And the overall design is quite clever, so I don't think you will have any fitment issues. Next we continue with a clear sprue. So here we have some parts for the front cap, also front or headlamp lenses, And I'm not sure if we have masks. We will have to check the assembly manual because recently ICM started including the masking templates. And next we continue with a large plastic sprue. So here we have all the parts for the main chassis. We also have some panels for the rear bed. We have some suspension parts, for example the sleeve springs, and also steering wheel here, so it means also some interior parts. And in my opinion everything looks fine, so it's just a matter of careful assembly and you'll be good to go with a G7117. But that's not all, we have one more sprue to go. So here we have various parts for the front cap and also some parts for the interior. For example, here you can see engine parts, and if I zoom in you can appreciate the surface details on these elements. So everything looks cool. Of course, separate doors, they will come handy in some diorama ideas because you can place them in an open position. Maybe it might be, let's say, a good idea to combine them with figures. And here you can see also wheel axles, the front grille, and yes, front grille is actually replicated with a plastic part, unlike another, let's say, analog from different brand, let's say. I hope you understand what I'm talking about, but maybe for some modelers it will be actually a good thing because they won't have to work with PE parts. Next we continue with the decal sheet. So here it is. There is no mention where it is printed, but printing quality is really nice, so it's just a matter of careful application. Maybe some brave modelers can even replicate these stars with the masks for even better appearance in such scale. Next we continue with assembly manual. So here I will have to close the lenses a bit so that it won't be blinding you. It's a typical ICM brochure. We have short history note and technical specifications on the first page. And next we continue with the parts map. As you can see, ICM shows that red color means that these parts are not used. Assembly process starts with the main chassis, so here you have to combine all these bars together. It's not a difficult process in my opinion, just pay attention to the overall alignment. Next we continue with the front winch, and also we start assembling the parts for the bumpers. As far as you can see here, fuel tank, leaf springs on the front side, then the engine and gearbox. And next we continue with wheel axles, and as you can see there, the whole drivetrain system on this model is quite detailed, so it's just a matter of making some adjustments with help of weathering and painting. Maybe it would be a wise idea also to expose it somehow. Who knows, maybe you would like to replicate a damaged truck or something else, or maybe you have a mirror stand. Next we continue with the front cap parts. So as you can see, it's a matter of assembling together all these separate panels. As you remember, we have doors separate, but note that manufacturer shows them in a closed position. Obviously you can open them if you would like to. And here we continue with various parts for the engine bay, radiator grille, and then we start installing the bonnet panels from both sides. And here we also work on the front grille, the bonnet itself, and also spare wheel. Then work starts with the rear bed. As you can see, there are a lot of parts to be combined. I would say surprisingly many parts will have to be involved in this rear section, and that's something I was not expecting to see, but it's doable. As you can see, it should be assembled as a separate section, so maybe you can even paint it separately from the truck and then add some weathering together with the truck sub-assembly. Next we continue with this side fenders, and that's the first marking or assembly option with these fences on the top. As I said, you can replicate your own tarpaulin here. And another one is a closed version. As you remember, it's a matter of combining the separate panels together. We can also open the windscreen and also some parts for the side view mirrors. Here we have screen wipers, and here are two summary pictures of the assembly options. This is the first marking option. Next we continue with two more markings here, and that's the fourth one in a gray color from US Navy. So this kit should be already available. You can get it in Modelimex webshop. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about such a list. Write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and